Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Jesse. We're so excited to have you join us for this special info session. Today, we're shining a spotlight on Sri Lanka, a country rich in history, culture, breathtaking landscapes, and warm hospitality. To help us understand what makes Sri Lanka such a remarkable destination, we're honored to be joined by the Consul of Sri Lanka. If Sri Lanka has ever been on your radar, you won't want to miss this conversation. Consul Gunawardana, thank you so much for joining us today. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you for the opportunity. I'm very excited to be here. Hi, everyone.
So let's start off with something simple. For someone who's never been to Sri Lanka, in a few words, how would you describe it?
I would say diverse, compact, and authentic. That is Sri Lanka.
Love that. What surprises people the most the first time they're there?
On one hand, I would say it's the warmth of the people and how quickly you feel at home in Sri Lanka. And on the other hand, I would say it's the authenticity of the experiences that somehow make them feel connected. They don't just see Sri Lanka, they feel it.
Love that. What sets Sri Lanka apart from other Asian countries? What's the thing that makes people go, it has to be Sri Lanka?
For a small island, it has 8 UNESCO World Heritage sites. It has the highest leopard density in the world, and you would see the largest elephant gathering in the world, and it has a written history of 2,500 years. So you would see ancient cities, ancient monuments. And everything is compacted into a very small island. So within a very short period of time, you can see all these things. And Sri Lanka is an year-round destination. So if you want to visit, you can visit anytime. So where else in the world you could do that? So it has to be Sri Lanka.
Awesome. Speaking of the history, a lot of rich history seeped in tradition. What's a way and how has Sri Lanka adapted the history and tradition with modern life?
I would say tradition and modern life is very much part of everyday life. Ancient temples and festivals and rituals, they're part of people's everyday life. And together with modern cities, technologies, cafes, and fashion, that is also part of life. So in the morning, you would see a century-old festival, and in the evening, you would see quite contemporary life of people. So I would say Sri Lanka values its traditions, but also confidently moving forward.
Is there any key cultural or historical traditions that travelers should know about?
I think modest dress is advisable when visiting temples, religious places, covering shoulders and knees, and also shoes removed when entering. And also it's respectful if you don't turn your back to religious statues when you're taking pictures. Simple gestures of respect are very much appreciated and warmly returned, yes.
That's perfect. What are the must-visit places for someone visiting Sri Lanka for the first time?
Well, there are so many things that first-timers should experience. I mean, I couldn't point out one or two. It also depends on what they're looking for. Say, if it's someone who loves history, there are a lot of places that they should travel. If it's an adventure seeker, they could go to the hill country, or they could go surfing, or paragliding, or whatever they seek. I mean, it depends on what they seek. Sri Lanka has everything to offer.
How would you describe Sri Lankan cuisine to someone unfamiliar with it?
Well, I would say it's flavorful and packed with spices, and also it comes with a love for rice and coconut. So there are so many flavorful dishes, seafood dishes and tropical fruits and so many other unique dishes that you will have in Sri Lanka.
Wonderful. Is there any one dish that would really highlight this?
I would say hoppers and kottu.
How convenient is it to travel to Sri Lanka from North America?
Oh, actually, it's very convenient. There are many airlines that have very good connections to Sri Lanka via Middle Eastern region, Europe, and Asia. With layover time, I would say they can travel under 22 hours.
That's great. Is there anything travelers should know about visa requirements and entry protocols?
A valid visa is required, but the process is quite straightforward. They can apply online visa for 30 days. Through www.eta.gov.lk. That's the official website. And other than that, there are no specific entry protocols, I would say.
Nice and easy. Would you recommend combining Sri Lanka with nearby destinations for a longer trip?
Why travel to other destinations when Sri Lanka has everything to offer?
How is Sri Lanka evolving as a destination for international travelers?
There are a lot of new developments, infrastructure development.
What hope do you have for travelers to take away from an experience in Sri Lanka?
Expectation is that they would have a really unique and authentic experience in Sri Lanka, and they would go home inspired, and they would tell everyone what an amazing country Sri Lanka is.
Great. And finally, is there one message you'd love to share with anyone considering Sri Lanka as a destination?
I would say come to Sri Lanka once and you will come back for more.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for sharing your time and insights today. It's been a real honor.
You're welcome. It was my pleasure to be here.
To everyone watching, thank you for joining us. If Sri Lanka is on your travel list, we hope today's conversation gave you the confidence and excitement to start planning. If you have more questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Keep an eye out for more info sessions like this. Don't forget to follow us on social media channels for more travel conversations and updates. See you next time.